Happy New Year to you. Oh, wait, it's not the New Year yet. Oh, it's almost Christmas. Happy Tuesday to you. It's a great day. I hope it's a day that you're enjoying. It's beautiful here today, and I hope it is a pleasant situation wherever you are. But anyway, I'm glad that you are with me today as we share a few thoughts here in wrapping up the year, and especially as we're heading into Christmas Day. I hope you've been good, and I hope there's more than coal in your stocking this year at all. Anyway, glad you're with me. So come on into my little world for a moment. Let's share a thought or two as we think about where we are in the season of the year and so forth. I was reminded of the time before Jesus was crucified. I was reminded that it got very close to that special Passover observance, celebration. The 14th chapter of Mark tells the story. It said it's still 2 days before the Passover. In 2 days it was the Passover, it said, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Some of the religious leaders, the chief priests and so forth, were trying to plot exactly what they were going to do. They said, well, we can't do it right now because of the Passover. Too many people, too much going on, the Passover feast and so forth. And so they were going to hesitate what they're doing. Kind of reminds you, there are times we stop and wonder, should I be doing something right now? Should I put it off? Should I do it later? When's the best time to do this? Well, there's not an easy answer for that one, is there? But sometimes we get down to this time of the year and the day presses upon us. We start thinking, have I purchased the gifts I need to purchase for the people I want to give them to? The reminders, the cards, have they been sent back in the day when everybody sent Christmas cards? The acknowledgments have been passed along to others? Have I sung enough of the songs and so forth or listened to enough of them on the radio? Hard to imagine. But I think about those men and their dilemma. You know, of course, we would have liked for them to recognize the beauty and the nature of Jesus and not done that, but at least they were thinking, there's something coming. We need to consider it very carefully. And maybe that's a good thing about this time of year and coming down to that Christmas day. Some time ago, I heard Natalie Cole singing her grown-up Christmas list. Kind of reminds us that there are desires and anticipations of people far beyond the children. Yes, the children may be nestled all snug in their beds with visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads, wondering what they're going to find the next day, as Clement Moore wrote. But we as adults, we have those thoughts run through our heads too. Not so much what's in the present that's under the tree, I hope, but what are we doing with our time? And maybe a reminder like this in a special event reminds us just where we are, what we've got going, what we should be doing, and how we should be doing it. Maybe it makes us reflect a little bit on our time and our situations in life. There's another song that comes to my mind this time of year, and it's not one of my favorites. You hear it a lot on the radio stations that play the Christmas music, especially that's been around a little while. Let me read a few lyrics from it for you if I could. It says, so this is Christmas. Yeah, now you know. And what have you done? Another year over and a new one just begun. So this is Christmas. I hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. I'm not a big fan of John Lennon's song, but he does have some thoughts in it that reminds us we're coming on an occasion. What have we gotten accomplished? Maybe it's a good time to stop and contemplate the things that we have done. And I know writing this and putting this together, as he and his wife put this one together, it came at the end of the Vietnam War, and the protesters were anxious for a time of peace. And maybe as I think about this, maybe one of our desires for the season in the ending of the year would be to find great peace. You know, we can't pick up the newspaper today without being confronted with a lot of things, especially the disease that seems to be rampant around the country and around the world, and it's headline news wherever you go, and You can't turn on the television without hearing some medical professional or politician talking about it at this time of year. And so here we are with this in front of us. What would we like? What would we like? Well, you know, those shepherds in the fields when they were announcing the birth of Jesus and all whenever exactly that was, and they're announcing the birth of Jesus, the angelic voice comes out. It says, peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Maybe that is one of the best ambitions, to think about that, to pray about it, to pursue it in our own lives and generally in our society. Peace on earth and goodwill toward men. What a blessing it would be to find that. I think we can find it in our own lives. We can find it individually if we're desirous of it. You know, the words are there. We look at it. What have you done? Another year over, a new one, about to begin. And so we recognize, here's where my life is. What do I want to find in it? What will I find in the new year? We'll talk about that maybe a little bit later as we start plotting and planning and anticipating a new year. But here we are at a point of recognition. And just like the song reminds us, shouldn't it be that as we think about our celebrations, our time with family, a Christmas time, that we desire, that we pursue, and we actively participate in peace on earth and goodwill toward others. I can't think of anything better that we could fill our time, our energy, and no greater gift that we could give to others than the semblance of peace. And that which settles in our hearts and gives us that comforting joy of life. No, we're never going to be without the pandemics or endemics or conflicts and struggles that humanity has always had. Jesus said there'll be wars and rumors of wars, and yes, there are. But one more thing, I was thinking about, again, another angelic voice. For it was at the very end of the ministry of Jesus, when he ascended out of the sight of his disciples and they stood staring. The messengers, the angelic voices, spoke to those men and said, why do you stand gazing into heaven? In other words, there was the encouragement, it's time to get busy, doing what we need to do. Seek the peace, seek the goodwill, the best you can out of your life, and give it to others. Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. I like that one. So, take the lyrics for what they are, and as you set up your grown-up Christmas list, if you're grown up, and maybe one day I will be too, you set up your grown-up Christmas list, write it at the very top. Peace, goodwill. That's a great thing to put on your Christmas list. Hey, thanks for being with me today. We'll look forward to a wonderful season. Don't know whether I'll be able to be with you later this week or not. Maybe we'll get one more out before the Christmas time, but we'll definitely before the new year comes and brings its way in. But we'll think about that together. And it is a great day. Go out there, make some peace, goodwill, and share it with others along the way. And what a blessing you will be to them. And hopefully they will be to you as well. Thanks for being with me today.